Going on, it's Kyle Anderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. Today is Tuesday. It is March 18th. Let me know where you're watching the show from. And thank you so much for being on the show today. It's a call-in show today, so you know what that means. When you see the phone line open up, give me a call at 205-850-1994. Let everybody get checked in. Let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. Army 3275, appreciate you being here. Larry Large, what's up, man? Big Chevy 205 is in the house. Herman, my boy, checking in. These are my early risers. Max Tooney, always in. Hey, Jeff Stapleton, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Cookie all day from the 251. That's what's up. Alex, man, appreciate you being here. Man, Carrick Taylor, man. That's my boy right there. Man, Antoine, what's up? Became a fan funder. Roll damn Tide. Nicole, what's up? Todd, my boy. I love Todd. Todd's been here for a long time, man. B-Rob, what's up? Patrick Spencer, man. Good morning to you. I love the AM shout-outs. I'm sorry. You know what? You guys are the show. And I love kicking it with you guys. I'm going to give shout-outs. I'm going to throw the comments on the screen. B-Rob coming to us from Indianapolis. Matt Dunn, I see you, man. Coming to us from work. Yo, check out From, man. It's been a fan funder for 14 months. Jeez, man. That's good people right there. Josh Miller. What's up, man? Good to see you guys. All right. Okay, so welcome to the show. Feeling good today. Alabama football back at practice. Now, the media, boots on the ground, goes to see the practices. You know, Alabama's kind of closed things up a little bit. I kind of like it. I think that they need to figure out, you know, the second week of practice, the direction and kind of the risers without, you know, any sort of noise kind of, you know, being around. Oscar, what's up, man? I appreciate the super chat. That's what's up. And so I don't think the media who goes to, you know, see these 15-minute windows of practice, I don't think they have another opportunity until April. Okay, so it's going to be about, you know, the sources connected to, you know, the program. But you do hear from Coach Kalen DeBoer, and Alabama's first scrimmage will be on the 27th of March. So Coach Kalen DeBoer coming later today. I'll upload that. I'll break it up. I'll probably be on there talking about, you know, some high points of what he said. That's coming later today. I'd probably say around 1. But this, look, I mean, I was thinking about this, and we've been talking about it for a long time. Like year 2, and right now, like this is a critical point in time for Alabama for many different reasons. And they need to be able to, you know, kind of block out the noise, kind of figure out the direction that they want to go, because everybody understands the importance of year 2 at Alabama under Coach Kalen DeBoer. Oscar, what's up, man? I appreciate that super chat, man. That's what's up. Thank you very much. Chris Waltman, man. What's going on? So we got a couple topics, and then I'll open up the phone lines. That's how to work today. And we'll leave Oscar's 1999 on the board. So, Bama versus Robert Morris. Alabama plays on Friday. They're the number 2 seed. They take on the number 15 seed, Robert Morris. Alabama, I think, is like a 20-point favorite in this game. The big storyline is if Grant Nelson will be healthy for this game. Coach Nato said he's questionable at this point in time. I asked you guys last night on my Pop-Up Monday show if you would play him. Most of you said that you'd sit him. We all know that when Grant Nelson is healthy and when he is playing his highest level of basketball and when Mark Sears is on, this team can make a deep run. So there's been some tournament brackets that have been released. I love this one. This is one of our favorite people right now in Tuscaloosa. That is Ryan Williams. So Ryan Williams, and I'll go full screen on this. Ryan Williams released his tournament bracket. And the most comical thing about this bracket is way up here. I don't even know if you can see it, but Ryan Williams has Alabama State upsetting Auburn as a 16-1. I mean, you got to love Ryan Williams, right? And when you dive further into his bracket, right, this is how it shakes out. And he has Alabama, of course, winning the bracket against UConn. I just think it's hilarious up here at this top left that Ryan Williams is picking Alabama State. Like, man, this dude is he's so clever. That's one of my favorite things about him is how clever he is, right? He also has Bryant beating Michigan State, and he has Marquette beating the Lobos over here. And then if you look to Alabama, he has Bama beating Vandy, Bama beating BYU, Bama beating Duke. You know, I thought it was interesting. So there's a couple other brackets that you could see on March Madness on X. And this is Alex Bregman. Bregman has Auburn beating Alabama in the finals. I thought that was just interesting. I was filling out my bracket. Look, as I was saying last night, I don't know how far this Alabama basketball team can go. I feel that I'm in, the pools like you guys are. I did pick Bama to make a run. If they're healthy and they can start playing right, yeah, I know, Max. Bregman picking Auburn, I didn't understand that. As I was saying last night, man, I don't feel like this team has been playing its best basketball. There was a time where I felt that they could make a real big run. Sean has them going to the Sweet 16. It's just I don't know what changed. I can't even come up with the reason that I can't put my finger on it why I feel like this team lost a little bit of steam. I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing. Because, I feel their guard plays good. I've been a little bit critical of Cliff Amore, but at times he's played a little bit better. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I don't have the confidence in this team running or making a deep run. It's weird. I don't know. I have to think about it for a little bit more. Does anybody is anybody real confident that Alabama makes a strong run other than Ryan Williams? Steven inside the comment box says that, the outside shots just aren't falling. Byron, this could be it, man. This could exactly be it. They might just be tired, exhausted. Is that a thing? Sean fires back and he's like, yo, we're good enough to make the Final Four. But there's something off. See, I co-sign with this, Sean. It's like they have it. They have the talent. They have the depth. But something is missing. I don't know what it is. But I certainly would love this team to make another very deep run. Who would it? Josh Miller. Who's been a fan funder for, a year. This team is too inconsistent shooting, plays no defense, anything past the Sweet 16, be a win this year. I might co-sign with that. Where you have Wisconsin down there. We'll see what happens. I'm going to open up the phone lines in just a little bit. I just want to talk a little bit about Alabama basketball since the basketball team playing this Friday, and then if they win, they'd be playing on Sunday. Okay, Vandy or St. Mary's, that's the team that they would play on Sunday. As I mentioned, Alabama will resume football practice starting today. You'll get to hear from Coach Kalen DeBoer later on in the day. Someone said on the comment box, they were like, why don't you refer to Coach Kalen DeBoer like you did to Coach Saban? honestly, when I'm talking about coaches, it's like I just say their names. I mean, his name is Kalen DeBoer. His name is Nick Saban. You know, I do like to call the coaches coaches, but, you know, if I missed on that, it's like I'm not like throwing shade at anybody. It's just like I'm talking about the men as, you know, grown men. So I was thinking about like other storylines kind of going into week 2 and things that we're watching, things that I would like to find out as we get into week 3. And clearly I want to continue to learn about how the quarterbacks are commanding the offense. You talk a lot about commanding. And I think while Ty Simpson has experience, is he commanding that room? And I think with being commanding comes leadership. And do these other coaches have, or do these other quarterbacks have like a leadership ability and are the players willing to follow them, right? Because I think, you know, you look at the quarterbacks that we've had here in the past, they've all been leaders of the team. And which quarterback can demonstrate that at this point in time? Does that exist? Like, it is the locker room behind, for example, Ty Simpson? Is the locker room, can they get behind a young freshman? Can they get behind Austin Mack in year 2? I don't know. Maybe that's what they're trying to figure out over these next couple weeks of spring practice. And maybe that won't be settled up until, you know, second week of August or something like that. And sometimes you need a scrimmage, you know, for some of these guys to turn it up. I just really haven't heard anything about that other than that, you know, all the quarterbacks are doing good at this point in time. But I think the storyline has to be is which quarterback is starting to really command not only the offense, but the team. You got to have every single year, I don't care who you are, the quarterback is a leader of the team. That's already like a captain spot. And I really haven't heard anything about that, to be honest. Big Chevy, I did too, man. So yesterday, as you saw, Keelan Russell was talking about Lazier Brooks and saying that Lazier Brooks has this ability to make acrobatic catches. Wherever the football is, he goes up, he can get it. I don't think that Ty Simpson will speak today. I think it's just Coach Kalen DeBoer. You know, we haven't heard from, when have we had an interview with Ty Simpson? I don't think we have. I'll have to look. I think there's another opportunity where you get to hear from some players, but I don't think we've heard from Ty Simpson speak yet at the podium. Josh Miller chimes in. It'll be really hard to keep Keelan Russell off the field, but I do think Simpson gets the first start. Yeah, I'm with that. That's kind of the route that I'm taking. But that's one of the bigger storylines. I think that other storylines I'm looking at, and I've said that before, is I just don't know how they're going to facilitate all the wide receivers onto the field at the same time. And I do think that one of the wide receivers will hit the transfer portal. I have no idea who that will be. I just think that there's too much talent in that room. There's always too much talent here at Alabama. Now with the transfer portal rules, those are things that's going to happen, right? Let me ask you, without knowing anything, with just, you know, the things that we talked about here, roster management, do you think that there will be a wide receiver that hits the transfer portal? When you look to all the wide receivers, top to bottom, do you think at least one wide receiver will hit the transfer portal on, you know, between April 15th and April 25? Yes or no inside the comment box. Chris is saying 100%. Antoine's saying Ty probably roll out there and put up 350 on Florida State. Jermaine, what's up, man? Appreciate you being in here. Jermaine says nope. He's confident that these guys stick in that wide receiver room. I'd love to see that. I mean, I think there's just too many guys. And unfortunately, Bubba Hampton could make, like, I have no inside source saying anyone will leave, but Bubba Hampton could be a guy because just unfortunately, the guy got injured. Sometimes you see these injuries come up and, you get knocked down on the depth chart just because you weren't able to play because you were banged up. I think Bubba Hampton, from what I understand, right before the game against Michigan, he had some sort of weird injury. And that's taking him out of spring practice. And now you have other guys vying for that same position, that slot position, that have come in and have, probably leapfrogged him because they're getting opportunities at this point in time. Add on to the fact that we already know that Jalen Mbakwe is now a wide receiver, right? And that, people wanted like Casey Concepcion. You got a slot. You got Jalen Mbakwe. You got a wide receiver in Isaiah Horton. Leave to be a backup somewhere else. Man, Rico looks nice. I saw some footage that touchdown Alabama. I don't know if it was their footage, but it was Rico Scott putting us to work. The guy looked fantastic. Javion, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. That's always the thing, man. If you're not 100% going to be a starter, then do not leave Alabama. Stay here and develop, man. There's nothing wrong with being a number 2 over here. Like, man, it's unfortunate that the only player that I felt that really hurt, I have no idea how good Justice Haynes is going to be at Michigan. I hope he does well for his own sake because I really like the kid. But like a Justin Okoronkwo, he could have just sat one more year. It's hard for these guys because they're getting paid other places. But he said the reason he left is because of the depth chart. Yeah, the audio should be fine. I'm not getting like any sort of feedback or anything like that. Maybe just hit like the refresh or something like that. The audio is buggy? What? Man, yesterday it was the internet. Today is the audio. Are you guys having audio issues? Hit the thumbs up if you guys are. Maybe refresh. That sounds like it's working. Hit the refresh for audio. We'll take calls here in a little bit. Let me get through a couple of these items. All right, so like Alex is saying that he backed out. So just do like a refresh on the stream because I don't see anything on my end that would be saying that we're having like choppy audio. Give a refresh and come back in. Antoine saying that refreshing does work. I'll open up the call line here in like 10 minutes. All right. So yesterday, look, these comments, we all talked about the comments yesterday, right? Keelan Russell and Lazier Brooks. But the thing is, like, this freshman class, man, I'm excited about these guys. I would imagine, how many freshmen do you think really see the field this year? Like 3, 4, 5? Let's just say Keelan Russell will get some opportunities. There's one. Maybe you get Michael Carroll in at some point in time. There's 2. Dejon Lee kind of in the reserve. Lazier Brooks. 4. I'm trying to think of other positions that you could get like freshmen in. Yeah, Samuel's asking about Justin Hill, that Wolf position. Hey, Matt Dunn. So the fix for the audio, I guess, today, I guess that's like a YouTube deal. hit the refresh and come back in. That seems to be fixing it for everybody. Money McGee, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Big Chevy. Mustard, Brooks, Russell. But who's that other? Who's like the fourth freshman that could start? Yeah, so for everybody, before we start the call-in show, if anybody is having audio issues, please refresh the browser. That seems to be the fix. Yeah, Randy. What's up, Randy? Why isn't anyone talking about Ivan Taylor? Man, thanks for adding him. I think sometimes maybe when we think about safety, he's getting overshadowed because of the fact that we're so excited about Bray Hubbard. Keon Sabbs coming back. Looks like Drake Kirkpatrick is starting to play a little bit of Husky. Zay Mincy had a really good performance against Michigan. But yeah, I think Ivan Taylor was here in December, right? Antoine jumping back on the Wolf. Man, you're right. Think about all those guys lined up. Plus, Jamarian Latham, he's back. So you got Jamarian Latham, you got Quay, you got Yanzi, you got Noah Carter, you got Justin Hill, Cavante Henry, Vargas in here. Let's see what he has to say. What's up, Vargas? Appreciate you being here, man. Alejandro says, in my opinion, Keelan Russell is going to be too good not to start. I understand giving Simpson a chance, but Keelan Russell is too dynamic and an excellent thrower. Going to be really hard to start Russell. Man, he's got just like that flick of the wrist. And again, if you guys are having issues with the audio, it seems like a refresh cleans things up. Hey, if you guys want to support the show, a couple different options. If you guys aren't into super chatting, Venmo, Bama_YouTube, and Cash App, Bama YouTube. Those are ways that you can support the show. I'm an independent content creator. I'm not affiliated with like On3, 24/7, Rivals, completely by myself. I appreciate you guys, giving me the opportunity every single day to cover Alabama football. So you want to screenshot that, take a picture. I'll put it up from time to time, but Bama YouTube and Cash App Bama YouTube. The Venmo has an underscore. Free to watch, not free to produce, obviously. I honestly have thought about career changes a couple different times. But, not at this point, so I'm gonna try to make it out to like another year covering Alabama football just independently. It definitely does have its challenges, right? I mean, but I could say I'm trying my best, right? And I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Let's see. Couple other things before I open up the call line. Kendrick Law talks smack. Look, this was something that came out recently. So Kendrick Law, he was a wide receiver here. He goes to Kentucky. Everybody saw the clip. Him talking about Alabama and saying, basically, he was throwing shade at Alabama, saying that he's a type of player that needs to be moved around the field. And then he started talking about like the strength and conditioning program and saying that it was better at Kentucky for like his skill set. Man, look, number one, I think he is a really good player. I talked about Kendrick Law in a variety of ways. There was other wide receivers that were better than him last year. Is he going to be the featured guy at Kentucky? Maybe. But I don't know, man. It seemed like there was some resentment from the things that he said, right? And I'm sure you guys caught that as well. I was surprised by that. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. The truth was, he didn't get a lot of opportunities because guys were better than him. Some of the opportunities that he had, probably didn't make the most out of those opportunities. I I still think he can be a dynamic player based on his skill set. Even if he was here this year, where would he be on the roster? I don't know. Would he be the third best wide receiver? Probably not. He'd be the fourth best or fifth best. So, you move on. The wide receivers who left, I don't even remember them, which is crazy. That just shows you how talented the room is. Man, and you're 100% right. And that's why right here, this is 100% right. The comment on the screen right now. Commenters love saying Alabama transfer. 1,000,000%. And that is why everybody continues to use Alabama's platform to boost their own, brand. That's why I don't like the recruiting stuff. Man, you come over here and you're like, oh, the guy visited Alabama. Let's offer him. You heard what Keelan Russell said. He said after Alabama offered him and he committed to Alabama, everybody wanted him, right? The same thing that happens now. Same exact thing. Really good comment on the screen. Brandon chimes in. It wasn't the fact that guys were better than him. It's because he had a shit quarterback that couldn't spread the ball around. That could have been the case too. I mean, there was just really two primary wide receivers that got the ball, right? All right, couple other things to get through. Coach Prime hitting on the spring game, changing things up, saying that he'd love to go against a team for like a couple days and then have like a spring football game. Syracuse coach was like, yo, I got you. Let's do this. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm up for new experiences. People say that they would be against it because of injuries. Football players are going to get injured regardless. I mean, that's just part of the game. That's kind of moving more towards our OTAs. I could totally see that happening. But we can't make changes until we get rid of that spring transfer portal window. That's it. So it's all a pipe dream until we change that transfer portal window. Now you take away that transfer portal window, now I'm open to, I don't know, let's have South Alabama come over and square up for a couple days. Or, I don't know, have Clemson come over. That would be kind of tight. Do the spring game at night. I actually kind of like that. I like a bigger name team coming in for spring football. I don't know. All right, let's take some calls. When you guys call in, it's honestly, it's your show. So, whatever direction you guys want to roll with, I'm cool with it. I'm down with it. Let's talk some football. You want to talk some basketball? You want to talk some life? I'm here for it. All right, a 770 leading up today's show. Let's do it. Hey, you're on the mic.
Hello.
Yeah, who am I? Is this Luke from Georgia?
Yes, sir.
Luke, what's up, man? You're batting lead off today. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much, man. Let's get it going, man. Welcome on the show. Luke from Georgia. Go ahead, man.
All right, I got two questions.
Yeah.
The first question I want to talk about Kendrick Law.
Yeah.
Like I'm not concerned about our strength conditioning room or the strength. We're gonna find there, and I think the reason why I think this new staff came in, I didn't think it fit Kendrick Law because you got to get players fit the staff. I don't think he fits it. One, we didn't have the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Two, he didn't fit, and three, he was more in the GM status instead of in the playbook. That's why he didn't see the field hurley like he should be in.
Yeah.
And stuff. That's why. So that's when he went to Kentucky. That's why he said it's better over there instead of Alabama because it's a fit over there. It is Alabama because it's a fit. You got to get players fit your system. So I'm not concerned with that. But my second question is, I want to go back to Ryan Grubb's statement when he said like a couple of weeks ago about the tight end room. Say we are lacking there. You know what we can do? We can put Isaiah Horton in the tight end room, and then we put Jam Miller at the running back, and then put Ryan Williams in the slot, and then Jordan Bernard on the outside.
Mm.
That'd give us a good passing attack on the field. That way, and that way you just do the rotation of the receivers that way. That way it'll make us. That way everybody gets fed. Everybody's happy, and that way no one leaves into the portal.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it?
Well, I think, let me get on your first point, talking about K-Law. I was interested to see how Kendrick Law would be utilized if he was last year, under Nick Sheridan and with Jalen Milroe. But I think a lot of the issue was basically that Milroe was going to either go to Ryan Williams or Jeremy Bernard, and then that was kind of it. And even you saw limited production. And I say that because even like Kobe Prentice, who I love, I think he's a very good wide receiver. He didn't get touches. Kendrick Law didn't get touches. Caleb Odom didn't get touches. So, yeah, I think, unfortunately, that was just the reality of it, and those guys, bounced out. I think Kendrick Law, if he's utilized correctly, I think he could have a really solid season at Kentucky. I'm not sure I agree with the whole Horton to tight end deal, but I will say this. It's going to be really challenging, I think, and you're going to have to be creative trying to get all these wide receivers onto the field at the same time. I think Horton, Bernard, and Williams will be the staple three. And then that fourth wide receiver, you kind of mix and match, whether that's Jalen Hell, whether that's Lazier Brooks, whoever, you can come up with. Now, keep in mind, if you look to Washington, some film from the past, 2023 and 2022, Alabama did have, or Washington at that point in time, they would go four wide, but they would still use their tight end, which would be Josh Cuevas this year. So I don't think they're going to take Josh Cuevas off the field. But at the same point, they have so much talent at the wide receiver position. Maybe they do. The last thing I'll say is that Washington team threw the ball so much, and they were balanced for the most part. They got a lot of touches to the wide receiver. So I don't know. But, Luke, I appreciate you chiming in and leading off the show, man. Talk to you soon, bro.
All right.
All right, man. Luke from Georgia. We go to Chris in New Jersey. Chris, what's up, man? I appreciate you joining us on this fine Tuesday.
Kyle. Happy Tuesday, brother.
What's up, man? Welcome on in.
How you doing, man?
Good,
well, interesting developments, I think, regarding Keelan. So and Kyle, I'm not trying to pick a horse. We all know my path to picking horses hasn't been very good. So, but it seems to me that the tea leaves from the insiders, and you're an insider, so you tell us. It seems that Keelan is this race is a lot closer than anybody's making out to be. It just seems to be like, now you definitely have to go in and watch A game, Kyle, because we got to tell how did he do? But I saw this, and if anybody sees it, share it. And I didn't save it, or I didn't catch the guy's name, but I guess there's a famous sports writer that follows high school football in Texas. You might know the guy's name, Kyle, but he basically said that Keelan may be, and this is a big statement, may be the greatest high school quarterback ever to come out of the state of Texas. Now, let's throw some names out there. This is a bold statement. So if this guy's saying it, wow. In the league, there's a little guy named Mahomes. He was from Texas. Stafford, Matthew Stafford, he's got a Super Bowl. Kyler Murray was playing varsity football in Texas when he was in 8th grade. And there's so many others. How about Drew Brees? Drew Brees was a crazy high school football player, but he was small. That's why he ended up going to Purdue. So is this guy way better than we're making him out to be? Is this? Am I? And I'm not picking a horse, Kyle. I'm just asking a question.
I think when you look to the quarterback competition, I originally thought that it would be tie and there'd be a little bit of distance between even Austin Mack and Keelan Russell. But I'm with you, man. I think that the quarterback competition is tight, and I think there's more of a quarterback competition now than remember when Coach Saban was saying there was the cake bake-off, and it was going to be between, I guess at that point in time, who was it? was it Milroe and Ty, and I don't know, maybe Dylan Lonergan. I think that was make believe. I think that was going to be.
Eli was.
Yeah,
in that mix,
I think it was 100% Milroe. Like that was going to be the quarterback. This time, I think there's a real quarterback competition, and I think that Ty is there, and he's probably a little bit of the front runner right now. But I think Keelan Russell is there, and we don't really know. That the only thing that we really don't know is about Austin Mack, where he is in his development, other than a short sample soundbite from Ryan Grubb. So that's what we know. But I will say this: I do think it's much closer than, and I think it will go all the way through August, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I said that I heard that Keelan had already passed Austin Mack. I heard that. I think we chatted about that last week. Well, it's gonna, Kyle. Listen, it's gonna be great to follow. I'm excited for whoever's in there. So, lastly, regarding Kendrick Law, what he said, and anybody who's left us, and I'm just gonna quote. I don't know if you ever watched. Did you ever watch the show Mad Men, Kyle?
Of course, yeah. Don Draper.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, me
that
too.
Was great.
Yeah.
And I lived 12. I worked in Manhattan for like a long time. I don't want to say how many years, but a couple decades. That's it. And so Don Draper has a famous line, and I think we all, you and the Undefeated, we should all think about this when anybody saying a word about Alabama football after they left us. And Don Draper once said, somebody said something like, "I feel sorry for you," and Don Draper said,
"I don't
think of you at all."
Yeah, I don't even think of you at all. Yeah. He said that in the the elevator. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I say about Kendrick Law. I don't think of you at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 100% right. I mean, number one, great show. Mad Men, completely underrated. Don Draper, hell of a character. And you're right. Like, look, when it's time to move on, you move on. And that's just it.
Yeah,
so
me, not wearing crimson.
Yeah, the only way that I thought of Kendrick Law, and this is no disrespect to him, when X kind of forced it into her feet. Other than that, I haven't thought about any of those wide receivers at all. And I like those wide receivers. I do. Like Kobe Prentice. Man,
I wish you well.
Right? You well. But I don't think about those guys at all. Yeah. All right, man. Good calling, Chris.
All right, listen, great show. I hope you can consider going in the A game, so we can get a blow by blow with the bench with the stools outside. But whatever you do, we support you. So listen, thank you, Kyle. Best to you, best of the Undefeated. Roll Tide, brother.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, that's Chris from New Jersey calling in with the Don Draper. I think we got Angel from Pigeon Forge. Angel, what's up, man?
What's up?
How you doing, man? Happy Tuesday. Did you have a good St. Patty's? Right. You have a good St. Patty's Day?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
That's good, man. Welcome on in, man.
Did well on the whiskey.
Yeah, right, that's what's up.
Well, I want to start to say, I want to talk about the Kendrick Law thing for a second. Look, he didn't work out at Alabama, and sent them and called Prentice and all those cats that left. And what do I say after those guys that have to left? Good luck, but also at the same time, enjoy going 7-6, being an average team.
Yeah.
Basically, for these guys that left that did leave, they're basically auditioning for the NFL to get a contract right now at this point. Good luck with that on them, but enjoy being on a crappy team. We see what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't hack at Alabama because they were just too slow. They didn't like the system. Look, I get it. It's a new head coach, and they were scared. And after that one season didn't work out, sure, they left because, do what's best for they do, but honestly, they're going to be on average programs because they can enjoy being mediocre at different schools, but getting an NFL contract. I don't think of Caleb Downs at all or anyone else like that because they quit on their team, they quit on their brothers, and we don't need people like that in the locker room being a toxic. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, one thing I was gonna ask you made me think of this. So, Angel's talking about Kendrick Law going somewhere else, going to play for let's face it, Kentucky. How many games are they really gonna win this year?
4 games.
Yeah, I don't know, but they're not gonna be like up in the upper echelon. So, like, whatever happened to Ja'Cory Brooks. He went to Louisville, and he had a pretty good season, but, like, going to Louisville is not going to increase your draft stock, right? Like, where's Ja'Cory Brooks? Will somebody help me out? Like, where is he projected in the NFL draft? Maybe I'm wrong. It's crazy. You leave here. Like, what happened to JoJo Earl? Another guy, right? Some of these guys leave, and you're just like, man, I think JoJo Earl, didn't he hit the portal again?
Look at Royale.
Malik Benson? Malik Benson left, too? Man. Oh, Javon Baker. Yep. Where's Javon Baker? Man. Honestly, okay, Undefeated, please help me out. I need to know where Ja'Cory Brooks is in the NFL draft, and I really need to know where Javon Baker is. All right, go ahead, Angel. Continue, bro.
Yeah, don't forget about Wardell Williams either. He went to a crappy team, and look what happened.
Yeah. You know.
And but yes, so I saw this comment, this person in the comment section just now. Like, true, Caleb Downs did win a championship, but he did it coward's way, chasing the back to do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it the Bama way. He did the coward's way out. He took the coward's way out, and I'm going to say that too about him. He took a coward's way out. Him and his family did. They took a coward's way out to win a championship. They couldn't do it at Bama, and he took a coward's way out. But after all that's over and said and done, good. Let them leave. But honestly, I'm going to switch to gears with you for a second.
All right.
With the Alabama basketball team.
Okay.
If you don't mind doing that.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
This team is inconsistent. Grant Nelson's hurt. I mean, good thing he's not like super hurt. But this team, in order to win a championship, they have to be more consistent. Like, look what happened last year when they lost to Florida, over 100 points every single time they played. We were criticizing Nate Oates. We were doing all that, and hopefully I'm wrong again this year. But this team can only take as far as they can go. But they could win a championship. But what I'm saying right now is they got to be more consistent and everything. And Robert Morris is a good team. I mean, sure, they're not scrubs. They're in a tournament for a reason.
Yeah.
But they do play good basketball. And I just hope this team doesn't choke or doesn't get a big head because, yes, in the Elite Eight, you'll have, like, Duke and all them cats. But honestly, I think Alabama can do really well in the tournament. They just got to believe in themselves and not shoot too many threes and just be inconsistent. Like, we've seen that happen a couple times this season. This team has the capability to win it all. But they got to figure out how to do this because they have to figure this out, like defense, everything. Like, it's just inconsistency, and it just drives me up a wall.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, good call.
I just hope Nate Oates can do well, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. Yeah,
Nate
take it easy. All right, man. See you, Angel. All right,
What's up, man?
Angel talking about K-Law and then talking about the basketball team, talking about inconsistency. Yeah, look, that's the thing is this basketball team, you take out the turnovers, you get some high-level play from Amori inside. Sears finds his game. Grant Nelson's healthy. Chris Youngblood starts to turn it on. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we certainly know that they have the pieces on the team. It's just I can't put my finger on it. I keep on talking about that. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I don't feel confident that this team can't make a run. And I don't want to feel that way because this is probably the best basketball team that they've had assembled maybe ever here. And that's a huge statement to say, but I think that's fact, right? I think it was Alex. I think you said it earlier. There's just the team's exhausted after playing 14 NCAA basketball teams that made the tournament. Think about that. Think about what I just said. 14 teams made the March Madness bracket. That's who Alabama was in. Basically been in the tournament for like 2 months. Crazy. All right, let's do a 4-6-9 and then a 4-2-3 and then a 2-5-6. 4-6-9, you're up. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Anderson.
Cal?
What's up, man? Quincy.
What up, Cal? Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
Quincy, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm just going to get straight to the point.
Love it.
Alabama football season determines on how well they can run the football.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at every national championship they won, they had major running backs back there. They had a major running game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the passing game was there, but the running game opened up the passing game.
Yeah.
if you look at the last two championships, Michigan and freaking Ohio State, they had deadly running backs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what determined. So I don't know what the board is thinking. Passing game is not going to work here in the SEC. You have to run the ball. It's called smash mouth football over here in the SEC. Because guess what? Georgia's going to have a running back, and Texas is going to have a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama have to run the ball. They have to, or it's just not going to work, man. It just won't work.
Do you feel
Michigan?
Do you feel, Quincy, and I love the take because I agree with you. I mean, you look at Ohio State, they had two running backs that had over 1,000 yards this last season. So let me ask you this. Do you feel that it'll be, like, you get the sense, or maybe it's too early, but that it'll be a featured back, a 1-2 punch, or like maybe a trio of running backs this year contributing for the Tide?
It's going to be John Miller and Rich Young.
Yeah, 1-2. Yeah.
That's what it's going to be. And when the game get out of hand, other backs will play.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it's going to be Jam and Rich Young.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and
but we have to stick to running the ball. Because that's one thing we didn't do last year. Everybody knew the offense. And that's how it is. Once they get film on you and they see what you constantly doing over and over, and the plays never change, it was either Miros running the ball or Ryan Williams. That was the offense. And once they shut down Ryan Williams, they knew Jalen Miros, he couldn't go to the second receiver or the tight end or the check down.
Yep.
It was him running.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they have to get that fixed this year, and he have to learn that this is the SEC. It's not out west in the Pac-12 where you can pass. You got to run the ball.
Let me ask you this, Quincy.
That's my take.
Let me ask you this before you go, bro. Is there any other questions when you look to the offense? Let's just stay on the offense for the call. Is there any other question marks that you have about the offense or the offensive philosophy under Grubb as we and it's early. Look, they've had 3 practices. They just finished their 4th practice today. But if you zoom out a little bit, are there any other question marks that you have about the offense at this point in time? Again, it's early, but are there any things on your minds?
Yeah, the tight end play. Who can play tight end? We need that dog on tight end who can block and pass. Because I don't know about our offensive line yet. I don't know how it's going to hold up.
Yeah.
Of course, if we still depend on that same offensive line for last year, that old line was, man, it was horrible, man.
Yeah.
Miro gets sacked. I seen Miro was running for his life as soon as he got the ball. And this he gets back up against Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oklahoma came in. They had so many starters out. And our defense, I'm going to defense now. Excuse me. They had so many players out. 5 wide receivers, starting wide receivers. They starting wide receivers was out. And they still torched us.
Yeah.
Still torched Alabama. And Cal, I had mentioned to you that before the game. I said, man, Oklahoma got a good defense. Before they played, I mentioned that to you. And they went down there and got destroyed.
You were the only one. It was you and the caller from Oklahoma. Remember the guy? I forget his name. Bill Murray. It was Bill Murray. Not the real Bill Murray, but Bill Murray called in and he said that in Oklahoma at Walmart, they have the same game going on from, years past when Alabama and Oklahoma played. And he said, just be careful because this Oklahoma team could get you. I was, I had some bad takes that week. I think a lot of people did. And, man, that was the worst game of the season. So anyways, man, but I appreciate you calling in, Quincy. It's good to rap with you, bro.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, Quincy calling out of Texas. We got 423. Hey, good morning. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, this is Garrett from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hey, Gary, did you say? Garrett, man. What's up, man? I appreciate you being in. Garrett from Chattanooga. Come with it, man. Welcome on in.
For sure, man. Thank you for taking the call.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward ahead to Tallahassee, and I think it's going to be Todd Simpson who comes out there. And I mean, they opened up as 9.5-point favorites, and I think they might put it on them. I mean, Florida State, you look at their trend last year, okay, it wasn't expected, but in reality, that's probably going to be a bad football team. And I'm just ready for Bama football, and I think it might be bad.
Yeah, I looked to that first. Yeah, I looked to that first game of the season on with Garrett calling in from Chattanooga. He's bringing up the first game, talking about Ty Simpson being the guy at quarterback. I didn't realize that it was at 9.5 right now. I think it opened at like 7.5. So, look, Florida State is going to be better. They have to be. They were complete trash last year. New offensive coordinator, new quarterback, a couple different wide receivers that they have. This will be their Super Bowl. This will be their only hope to get their program back on track. The game is in Tallahassee. Alabama lost 3 games on the road last year. That makes me a little bit nervous. But maybe Alabama does start out hot though. Like, this is a team that it doesn't take Alabama long to get going. But again, we don't know how Coach Kalen DeBoer is going to enter year two, but maybe they do enter hot. Anything else that you want to hit on, Garrett?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for doing these shows. You've been educating me a little bit on the new players. I think I'm excited to see Bubba Hampton if he can get healthy.
Yeah.
Along with Isaiah Horton, because I think he will do great things. But yeah, as far as that, just looking at the schedule, I mean, it's a tough one. But as far as the quarterback situation with Ty and Keelan and Austin, I mean, Ty's just paid his dues there, and I feel like it's sort of like the Mac Jones vibe. You've waited your turn.
Yeah.
And, Ty was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, obviously. And
Yep.
I know we sound like a broken record just discussing this quarterback situation, but I think Ty can really do it. And if I see Keelan somewhere in the middle of the year, I'd be happy with it in any event. I mean, things might not be going well, but I want to see Keelan get some reps.
Yeah. All right, man. Good call, man. I appreciate you chiming in from Chattanooga. That's Garrett calling in, man. Take it easy, bro.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. 256, let's do it. All right, thanks for calling in. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? This is Grant from Huntsville, Alabama. How you doing today, man?
Grant, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in, man. We got Grant from Huntsville. I love Huntsville.
Yes, sir. Great city out here, man.
Hell yeah, man. It's an underrated city, man. The last time I was out there, I was out by Madison. So I was out by like the Trash Pandas.
Yeah.
And I was just cruising through, and then I went into downtown. I ate some really good food. I went to Jack Brown's, heard some good music.
Oh, yeah.
The weather was prime. I love that like downtown area where you have like the ponds. Like it's like the waterway.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, Huntsville, get to Huntsville, man. That's a nice spot. Anyways, man. Grant, what's up, man? Come with it.
I've only heard one person talk about it so far, and I thought I'd bring it up again, man. The defense, dog.
Okay.
I mean, obviously we missed Caleb Downs last year, but I think those guys were hungry last year. But this year, I think we're going to be even better on the defensive side of the ball. We got a lot of key guys returning.
Oh.
We got Deontay Lawson coming back. We got Jamarian Latham.
Yeah.
We did lose a couple guys, but we reloaded a lot. I think Justin Hill is going to be really good, and then Dijon Lee as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many guys coming back at defense. I mean, I say this again, too. It's like, think about where we were with Alabama's defense last year on March 18th compared to where we're at this year in 2025. We have so much more confidence. We know that Kane Womack, he grew up as a DC, end of the year on a positive note. Bray Hubbard, my goodness, talk about a hell of a back end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Deontay Lawson, I had no idea. Think about this. Entering the year last year, all of us thought that Deontay Lawson would be going to the NFL draft. Unfortunately, he had an injury. It's going to work out well for Bama's defense. LT Overton, I thought he was like a tweener. I can't believe he's back. Damani Jackson, Xavier Brown's back. I mean, there's so many different storylines that are positive on the defensive side. There's not a lot of question marks, to be honest. It's like the one question mark I have is like, who's going to start? Is it going to be Ja Latham or is it going to be Quay Rusak? To be honest, like if I had to choose, I'd go with Quay. I think he's like he's a primetime player in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the way he gets off the ball is definitely a little bit better than Ja. But the only thing is Ja has the experience over him. He just has the years under the belt.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously we'll see at the end of spring. But, I mean, I'm excited to watch the defense, man. I mean, I haven't seen a defense look this good probably since 2017, 2018.
Yeah, a lot of people
we
really
recorded
excited.
the best
Yeah.
statistical season since 2017.
Mhm.
Kane Womack had one of the best Alabama defenses in recent history.
Mm.
So, I mean, if we can carry that momentum full swing into next year, I don't think there's a lot of teams that can beat us in a shootout.
Mm. Yeah, and then I also like the fact, too, Grant, that the defensive line, I've been seeing some depth in that first week. I mean, Jeremiah Beeman looked like a bright spot. Steve Mbumwa, Edric Hill. Just hearing guys talk about those, additional players in a positive light, I think is a positive. By the way, Tony Sukalis just tweeted out, I guess it's Grant Nelson's birthday. What a week to have a birthday on, right? March Madness. All right, Grant, I appreciate you calling in, man. Hit me up again, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, you have a good one, Kyle.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. Roll Tide to you. All right, it's Grant up in Huntsville. We go at 251. Hey, welcome on in. Thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
My friend, Kyle Henderson, Michael Coleman. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, what's up, Michael? I appreciate you coming in, man. I appreciate you being here, bro. It's been a while since we've spoken.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. Hey, like I tell you all the time, man, everybody kind of don't sleep on Austin Mack too bad. He plays the ball pretty good. The defense is going to be great. And the receivers are going to be okay too, man. They're going to battle it out, but it's going to be Austin Mack has a nice deep ball. But Kendrick Russell is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He is the truth, So
do you feel Michael, when we talk about the quarterbacks that like I was saying earlier, it feels like the quarterback competition's a little bit tighter. Do you feel like it's a little bit tighter at this point, like going into week? I know it's super early, but do you think it's a tight quarterback race right now?
Oh yeah, man, it's a lot tighter than it was last year. Last year, you heard a little talk and everything about Ty and Jalen, but Coach DeBoer was dealt the hand that he was dealt, and I give Jalen, all the credit that he deserves, but it's definitely tight this year.
Yeah.
And, Ty's sister is gonna have the opportunity not to start. You get what I'm saying? It's on him. If he can go in there and learn the system and he can control the team and have the locker room, he's gonna be all right. But if he falters, the freshmen can come in and steal the show, But I don't think they're gonna want to start a freshman this year just on how tough the schedule's gonna be.
Yeah.
And so maybe Ty can hold the rope down. Austin Mack step up. But main thing is we still got that bugaboo of the offensive line, man, that has sucked for the last 2 or 3 years. And when I mean suck, just hasn't been consistent. Let me stop saying suck, but has been consistent because that's not good, dog. I got my grandson play on there.
Hey, Michael, you're a little bit muffled on the call, just a little bit muffled. Okay. Let's see if we can get a little cleaner audio. I know it sounds like you're on the road. It's all good, bro. Let's try that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. We'll try that. Now? Yeah, we'll try that out. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Michael. Like, do you have more confidence at this point in time with Coach Kalen DeBoer than you initially did if you rewind to last year? I don't know what happened to Michael. But the question was, and I guess this is to everybody inside the comment box now, do you all have more confidence in Coach Kalen DeBoer at this point right now than you did in 2024? Yes or no? I'm going to go ahead and type Y inside the comment box. And we've been critical for different things, but in terms of like overall confidence about how you feel about the coach and his coaching staff, I'd probably say, yeah, 100% I feel more confident about Coach Kalen DeBoer, the foundation of the year 2, the defense. There's question marks, but I have Love Bama saying no. Doug is saying yes. Steven say 100. Yeah. I think we had somebody from LSU up in the crib. The only thing that was, LSU, I thought, really underperformed against Bama. Man, I was nervous about that game. And then because of the quarterback, I thought he was going to do really well and like slice up Bama. He didn't. He didn't do anything. So anyways, so here's what to watch this week. So you have Bama's Pro Day, which is tomorrow. So news as it happens. Later on today, you get Coach Kalen DeBoer's press conference. I'll bring that here. And since it is a press conference, I'll probably be on later tonight again. I think we went live at like 7:30. And I'll just, play it, pause it, talk about it. And of course, if like anything like crazy pops up, I'll probably go live again or have a video on it. So those are the things to watch today. Is another show tonight and Coach Kalen DeBoer today. But I had fun. That was a hell of a call-in show. That was great. Really good calls. Remember, when you call in, I guess everybody's on their phone. Make sure you have a clear connection. Keep in mind that somebody's probably behind you, wants to get their point of view in as well. And that's cool. And have fun with it. Remember, there's different ways to support the show. Super Chat helps inside the comment box. Venmo, Bama_YouTube, Cash App, Bama YouTube. Simply being here is enough, though. I appreciate you guys for supporting the show, for watching, for calling in. I felt, every single show comes from my heart. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This was good. I love it. Alabama held its second practice this morning, or their first practice this week of the second week of practice. Complicated that. And you get Coach Kalen DeBoer here coming up soon. From beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama on this fine Tuesday, March 18th, Kyle Anderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Stay where your feet are at. Stay present. Enjoy life. Be good people. And I'll catch up with you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube.